Abigail Adams was the United States' second First Lady. Her strong feminist values and political views are admired today. She was born on November 11, 1744. Her minister father encouraged her to read, however, she never attended any formal schooling. She enjoyed the writings of Shakespeare and Milton. In 1765, Abigail Adams married John Adams, and within 10 years of marriage, she gave birth to 5 children, 3 sons and 2 daughters. Although Abigail did not have any formal education as a child, she made it a point that each of her children received a proper education. The political views and government negotiations with England kept John away from home a lot as the colonies were brewing towards a revolution. The management of the family and the farm fell onto Abigail. Her husband was working hard to make the colonies better for all. She knew it was her duty to take care of the home front. She did so with a political flair. Abigail Adams was not in favor of slavery. She made it a point to show how she could operate her farm efficiently and profitably without slave labor. Her model was one to be admired. Not only was she a woman getting the job done, but she was doing so without the help of slave labor. This is an example of Abigail Adams' belief in equal rights. In fact, Abigail Adams was so successful that she was able to purchase 1,620 acres in Vermont. This is with great credit to her monetary management of her household, as this was a time of financial difficulties for the colonies. She showed her abundant generosity and care for her community, as she provided adequate food for family and friends who had fallen on these economic hard times. Abigail Adams continues her support of women's rights when her husband is working to create America's new government. She tells him, "Remember the ladies, and be more generous and favorable to them than your ancestors were. Do not put such unlimited power into the hands of the husbands. Remember, all men would be tyrants if they could be. If particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion, and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation." Throughout John Adams' vice presidency and his presidency, he and his wife Abigail corresponded through letters. These letters have given an amazing insight into Abigail Adams' views and influence she had with her husband as a trusted advisor. Although President Adams sought his wife's advice, he did always heed it. During his presidency, France reached their revolution. The X, Y, and Z affair took place where some American diplomats were asked to take bribes. Abigail suggested war, however, John opted for a less costly decision of diplomacy. Abigail Adams was a strong, influential woman in her time and in our time today.